What up? It's the one and only Super Tim here on the 2026 Go-Go Award nominated Go-Go Podcast Shape with the Go-Go Show. Here with the 2026 Go-Go Award winner. I'm jealous of the Go-Go Podcast Award and for Single of the Year, right?
Yeah, Single of the Year, Singer of the Year, and Song of the Year.
He's just sweeping them like Kendrick Lamar. If you don't know this, my man Scooby Da Godson, he on Say What the Go-Go Show. What's going on, Scoop?
Say what? Yeah, man. What's up, Tim? How you doing?
Chilling. It's been a minute.
Yes, sir.
What's been going on with Sir's Company and Scooby and all the Sir's Vibe podcasts and everything?
Man, just trying to stay busy, putting as much content as possible into the atmosphere. For Go-Go, for the city. Got tired of people whining about, not being enough original music out there, so I'm trying to do my part. That's all.
Why you say whining though?
Well, I mean, we whined about the radio not supporting us. The radio not doing this, doing that, and every DJ I talked to always said, y'all got to make more music or make better music, and so I took that as a challenge.
Okay.
I mean? So that's where I'm at with my career, and just trying to do better and doing the business the correct way.
Should we not have like original music on the even if it's not like industry, you know what I'm saying, verse hook music? So like when we was coming up, you know what I'm saying, backyard, junkyard, groove was like even if it was
verses.
Yeah, it wasn't no verses, but it was still they came out with new stuff on a regular basis. Is it not I would say the obligation of the creator to provide new stuff for the fans on a regular basis?
Absolutely. I believe it's on us to create it. But I think what got lost in this whole thing was the art of recording. Rio, Charlie, Fenwick, Icy Ice, like those guys knew how to get good recordings out of what we were doing. And I think that's a big part of why the radio hasn't been as supportive of our new music, and we got to figure out how to sonically get it back to it competing with the stuff that's already on the radio.
The radio today is crazy. I think I talked to DJ Flex.
Yeah.
And he was saying how since this WPGC is owned by CBS, they don't really have too much control. He tried to slide some local stuff in there every now and then, but the control to play what you want as a music director or a program director or a DJ, anything is just not there like it used to be back in the day.
Yep.
But with streaming apps, things of that nature, and just old school beating your feet, getting out here in the motherfucking streets, and letting people know what's going on. Do you think that go-go bands of our age group, we saying they were Gray in the Bed and all that stuff, and I talked to a lot of dudes that's kind of like they kind of stuck in their old ways with PA tapes and people still got CDs and stuff. Is we kind of missing out on this new wave of music distribution and not taking advantage of streaming and digital music? And do you think that's holding go-go back?
I think streaming is holding music back. Well, I'm gonna say it's holding earning back. Streaming is no more than, to me now, is a musical flyer for people to come see you live. But so it has its purposes, and I think it's good for reaching a lot of people at the same time. But for me, I like the hand-to-hand combat. I like the old school CDs and tapes because you actually get to meet. You actually get to see who likes you, and when you throw a show, those same people want to buy merch. Like they already done paid for your CD, so they are spending customer. With the streaming, I've realized that people they like listening to you, but they don't necessarily like spending with you. And so I think that's that's the fine line we got to kind of tread in terms of creating and putting music out the right way. I'm a fan of just putting your music on your website, build your fan base, and selling it there. That's what I'm a fan of. The streaming stuff is cool, but I like the direct to consumer approach.
Well, that takes a level of getting out your own way and adjusting to the times and learning how to do that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because anybody can burn a CD or dub a tape, but learning how to create a website and digital marketing and all that type of stuff, some of these old heads are like, I ain't fucking with that.
You gotta hire the people that do that. You know what I mean? And that's the real thing. You gotta hire the people that know what they're doing. A lot of us want to be want to wear 14 hats and when you're putting out music, but I've learned to get out the way. I've been a victim of that myself. A victim of your own success for real. Thinking you can do this, or that's all you got to do. But it's people that are, well versed and experienced in how to roll out a record. And this last project I did, Rhythm Like This, is a product of that. It's an example of that, where I got out the way. I let my manager, Amir Boyd, kind of take the reins on how to roll it out, who to talk to, and we up to 100 and some thousand streams, and it's being played on all 3 radio stations. So, he did it better than I could do it.
That's what's up. We got to get it on some other radio stations outside the DMV.
Yeah, we got some playlists, man, and we got some. Richmond is playing it. Kiss down there, 104, I believe. Charlotte has asked for it. It's supposed to be starting this week, so we we working, man. We gonna work the single, and we got the remix already done with Raheem Devon and Lisette TT. So
okay, that's what's up.
We waiting until about September to put that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So outside of the go-go world, if most people don't know, you play a few instruments and Grammy. Now was it Grammy nominated? Emmy nominated.
I actually won an Emmy. Yeah.
Emmy winner. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah.
As I said, when we talk about go-go, we've had people like Kato talk about getting go-go in these spaces where we can win these awards like the Grammys and stuff like that. What do you think it would take for us as a culture, a business, an industry to grow to a place where places like even the BET Awards and stuff like that can recognize the music for these type of awards?
The one thing I learned about corporate America is it's more about numbers than it is about quality, right? So the first thing we got to do is make good music. Second thing we got to do is have the people that listen to our music, which is a very small percentage of music listeners overall. We got to get our people out in droves to support it and for it to even move the needle. You know what I mean? Go-go music and its supporters represent a minute amount of music listeners across the world. So if you're talking about Grammy nominations and Emmy nominations and all that stuff, we got to really compete in the numbers world before we can even thinking about being nominated. I mean, we can't even get our music officially recognized on Apple Music as go-go, as a genre. If I uploaded a song today, I gotta upload it as hip-hop or R&B. And so we got a long way to go before we even talking about being nominated as a go-go record. We can be nominated as a hip-hop R&B record, and it can be a go-go song. But, I want the whole plate, man. I want everything. I want us to be nominated, recognized, and appreciated as a genre. I want us to be nominated with our peers. And I really want us to be respected in a way that we are musicians and we have our own genre of music.
So I've talked to some folks about the expansion of a go-go beyond the DMV, and I've heard from some musicians as well as some fans that they don't want people outside of the DMV embrace, they want them to embrace the music, but not to the point where you have people becoming go-go artists. So you have like hip-hop started in New York, but now it's people doing hip-hop all over the world. But it's this thing like with go-go, it was started here, and we wanted to stay here, and we don't want nobody else being a part of it. Would it be, we have go-go bands outside of D.C., but most of those people came from the D.C. area and started bands that it was at. What would you say if a band in Texas just came out and just started cranking?
I would love it, man. Nothing grows without people that you don't know accepting it. You know what I mean? The problem with a lot of us DC, we so prideful and so protective of the music that we don't want nobody else to do it, and then worse, we don't want nobody else to do it wrong. So, but
I think they're scared they're gonna do it right.
I don't know if they scared of that, man.
I think they scared some motherfuckers ain't never been to DC gonna fuck some shit up better than the people that.
That is a genuine thought of mine. I'm not gonna say it's a fear, but it is a thought of mine that somebody not from here would end up winning all the accolades that that we work so hard for all these years. But it still would be a good thing.
Because you can't deny the crank.
You can't deny the crank. So it still would be a good thing if somebody from Texas went on and won a Grammy or won a, Soulja, the reggae band, they did a go-go song, and that's a Grammy nominated group. So I welcome it, man. I welcome all expansion, all growth, all things go-go. So if somebody from outside of our town ends up, getting the accolades, and as long as they pay homage and respect to the forefathers and where it came from and the culture, I don't have a problem with it.
That's what's up. Last question. Out of all the bands you play for, how many bands have you played for?
Probably about 7, 8, maybe.
That's too many. You like LeBron.
It's a lot.
You like LeBron. Can't stay on one band.
I had to name them. So I had Superb when I was probably like 10 years old. I played with Third Dimension around Potomac Gardens, OP Tribe, Listen, Familiar Faces, twice, UCB, Serious Company, Chuck Brown Band. So 8.
Okay, so out of all those bands, give me your top 5 songs of all time.
Of all time,
that you've been a part of.
That I've been a part of. I would probably have to go with Splash Girl by UCB. And it's not no order. It's not 1 through 5. I'm just thinking about the bands I played with. Splash Girl, Dirty Bird, OP Tribe, Sunshine, Listen, Brand New Groove by Chuck Brown. I love that song. And that's crazy. I would have to go Rhythm Like This, the latest one. Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to Big E.
Yes, sir.
I always need a little Big E whenever anybody bring up OP Tribe. I remember the first time I seen OP Tribe, it was like 2000s. I'm old. What are we talking? 2008?
Yeah,
and with a old convention they used to be at, they tore it down, and it was just like a little parking lot, and they used to do like festivals and stuff. And OP Tribe was fucking it up.
Yeah, man.
And then Mumble Sauce was fucking it up, and I've been a band ever since, fucking with E ever since, fucking with Mumble Sauce ever since.
Yeah, man.
And I'm all for popping up on some band I ain't never heard of and trying to find a new band.
That's important.
That I can rock with.
That's important in DC culture. We get our band and then we stick with it. You know what I mean? But
and it's kind of crazy. Like, oh, that's my band. I ain't fuck with nobody else.
Yeah,
like, we ain't gotta fight. This ain't football. You know what I'm saying? If it's a Reds against Cowboys, that's a different story.
Yeah.
We can all love Backyard, Junkyard, Reaction.
We can love all of us, man.
Everything, man. We can pull up, pop out, spend money on all of it. There's enough go-go out here to enjoy. Because we don't do that with hip-hop. We got a bunch of hip-hop CDs. We got a bunch of hip-hop artists, R&B, all types of stuff. But then go-go, it's like we fighting over who the best and who my band and fuck your band and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
But one day we're going to get it together because Chuck Brown is not, you know what I'm saying, looking down at us, hoping and wondering what we're going to do with his music. We want to make sure we're doing good shit with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where can we find you at on social media?
Find me at Scooby Da Godson, man. That's SCOBYDAGODSON on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. You can look me up, man. It's Serious Company, so we trying to be everywhere.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
I'm the one on the Stupid Tim of the loser of the Go-Go Award-winning podcast.
It's always next year, man.
It's always next year. I'm coming back, though. I'm making a comeback on Go-Go Royalty.
Yes,
so
sir.
me and we're going to do some things in there. Try to push it a little bit more. I've been doing podcasts. I've been doing media for 20 years.
Yeah, I remember.
So,
yeah.
If I ain't gonna say that. I've been kind of chilling and just doing my thing. If people fuck with it, they don't. I do it for the love.
Yeah.
So if it gets nominated, if it gets awards, whatever, it's all good. But when I get on the microphone and do music and do interviews, it's all about just my love for talking to people and hearing their stories and just giving people dope ass music.
Yeah.
And whatever comes of it, comes of it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's for me is for me. Whatever's for somebody else, I congratulate them. So congratulations on your win.
Thank you, brother.
And we're going to get back with more of the Say What the Go-Go show, the one on Super Temp.
Say what?
What up?